1 here at home. Sacramento Republic at 3-3-1. Look at Diego Restrepo as he gets set to make his first start here at home at Toyota Field. We'll turn our attention downstairs to field level for the performance of our national anthem.
Remove your hats for the performance of our national anthem by the Fair Oaks Ranch Elementary School Choir.
Fair Oaks Ranch Elementary with the anthem here tonight at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC welcoming Sacramento Republic FC here to San Antonio for the first time this season. Let's take a look at our starting 11 tonight. First for the visitors from Sacramento, the Indomitable City, and where they really excel, Matt, is in their back four. You've got a veteran in Julius James, who was brought over from Tampa Bay, a former San Antonio Scorpion, but James Kiffey really anchors things on the wing with Emra Clemente, two players who've been in Sacramento the entirety of their existence, all 4 years.
Yeah, that's so important at this level, to have some continuity and across your back line. Those center backs are solid, and both of those outside backs have a lot of starts and a lot of USL minutes.
Sammy Ochoa played last season in Tulsa, where he had 11 goals, was in the top 10 in scoring in USL play. 12th-year veteran now, 30 years of age, and Evan Newton is the goalkeeper, 1-2-1 this season. He makes his 5th start of the year. He's given up 3 goals, a goals against average of .75 with a save percentage of 70%, 2 clean sheets for Evan Newton. Here's a look at San Antonio FC and going in their traditional 4-2-3-1 formation, Matt, and this has become very customary. A look for Darren Powell with a back four of Cochran, McCarthy, Ibiaga, and Noonan. And then the 2 wing midfielders, Tierpak and Forbes, with Cesar Elizondo up top. It's been very tough for a lot of opponents this year for San Antonio FC.
Yeah, this is a fantastic lineup for them, and that back line's solid. They're averaging 6 starts across the back line, with Ibiaga, anchoring the central defenders with 7 starts there. There's be some interesting to see how Restrepo does in front of the home crowd tonight, getting his 3rd start in a row, and I'm excited to see how he handles the local crowd.
He came in the 56th minute 2 Saturdays ago in Vancouver, and Matt Cardone has not returned to the lineup since leaving with that injury. Here's a look at the head coaches. There's Darren Powell in his 2nd season. Overall record of 16, 12, and 9. And again, he's got this San Antonio FC team off to an unbelievable start. Unbeaten in their first 7 games. Matt, when I talked to him yesterday, he said without question, tonight's opponent will be the toughest that San Antonio FC has seen this season.
Yeah, I agree. Look, Sac Republic's, an organization that's well coached, they're well supported, and one of the foundations of the USL. So it's going to be a big test, for the team tonight. See how they come out and do.
Cesar Elizondo, striker up top, 4 goals, 11 points. We mentioned him in the open. He makes his 6th start of the season tonight, reigning USL Player of the Week. Him and Billy Forbes have just been on a tear. Forbes is tied for the league lead in goals. He's tied for 2nd in assists with Elizondo, who is also tied for 5th in the USL in goals. San Antonio FC, they lead the league in wins, points, goals for, and goal differential. They're a +14 in goal differential through their first 7 games. Simply off the charts at this point of the season.
Yeah, nobody's even close to that. I think the closest team in the USL right now is +8. So they're really off to a fantastic start of the season.
It's a beautiful night for soccer here in this first Saturday of May at Toyota Field. Temperature of 87 degrees, low humidity, light winds coming out of the southeast 5 miles an hour. There's a look at Paul Buckle now in his 3rd year as the head coach of Sacramento Republic. He took over for Preki when he left after Sacramento's inaugural season when they won the USL championship. He's gone 21-11-5 in his 2.5 seasons at the helm for Sacramento.
Yeah, Paul's a great coach. Had a long, storied career playing in Europe, 20-plus years. He's got 10 years under his belt as a professional coach, and Paul does a great job with this franchise.
San Antonio FC in their home black kits with white. Sacramento Republic FC in their away white kits trimmed in red. And we are underway, along with Matt Barnes and our entire crew. Dan Weiss here tonight at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC opening up a 3-game homestand, and they've got Sacramento, followed by Seattle, followed by Phoenix here over the next 3 weeks. As Republic plays a big east-west style of game, delivers into the box and settled outside the area, but a good challenge won there by San Antonio FC. Billy Forbes, with his first touch of the game, will earn a throw-in for the home side.
That's where Sacramento's going to have to be careful, committing 6 guys to the box early, and San Antonio's pretty good on the counter.
Sacramento Republic FC, they've altered their formations. They've used a 4-2-3-1. They've used a 4-4-2, including their last game, and that appears to be what Paul Buckle has gone with again here tonight. Only substitution for them from their last game, which was a draw against Vancouver Whitecaps FC, is Tyler Blackwood coming out of the starting 11 and Daniel Trickett-Smith, the young 21-year-old, going into that starting 11. Here's Sacramento Republic FC, who has not scored in 383 minutes coming into tonight's game. Their last goal was scored in the 67th minute by Taylor Blackwood back on April the 8th in a 2-1 win at Tulsa. That is a severe goal drought.
It is, and it's a surprise because they have good strikers up top. Ochoa is a great player, and it's just a matter of time before this team starts hitting their stride.
Republic will earn a throw-in. Again, they make their first ever visit to San Antonio, and last time these two teams met was in August of last season, a 1-1 draw, and a game really that San Antonio FC dominated for most part. Republic, though, won a penalty kick in extra time and ended up getting the equalizer and earning a point. As Republic ended up going 14-6-10 a year ago, 52 points. They won the Western Conference, but were eliminated in the opening round of the USL playoffs by the Orange County Blues in a 0-0 game that was taken by the Blues on penalty kicks, 5-4. In fact, the top 4 teams in the USL playoffs last year in the Western Conference all went out in the first round. So Choa makes his first touch of the game. Again, the veteran striker who was in Tulsa a year ago. Here's Danny Barrera, the former San Antonio Scorpion. Former All-USL team player a year ago. San Antonio FC will work the clearance away and loft it along back to the midfield line. Jeremy Hall, 9-year veteran, former 11th overall pick by the New York Red Bulls back in 2009. A lot of MLS experience for him. As Ochoa will work it back. And now Hall sends it along the far wing, and turnover created. Chris Tierpak, his first touch of the game, and as it knocked aside, pushed forward. And chasing back down to get it, Sebastian Ibiaga. Earn a throw-in for San Antonio FC. Good pressure applied by Sacramento Republic FC here early, Matt. I think if you're Paul Buckle, this is the start you wanted tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They're moving the ball really sharp off the whistle, and they've created some turnovers in the attacking third here right away, which is good for Sac Republic, and we've got to figure that out a little bit.
Long practice yesterday for San Antonio FC here at Toyota Field, and usually day before a match you don't get a long practice, but Darren Powell didn't love everything he saw out on the field yesterday, and I think when you start out as hot as San Antonio FC has, sometimes you get prone to being a little complacent, and I think that's the one thing the coach is trying to prevent. And here's where San Antonio FC excels on the counter as they quickly move ahead into the box and cleared away from Elizondo. Cochran from 25 out. That'll be the first corner of the game for San Antonio FC.
Great service from Tierpak there into the box right away. And look, San Antonio's been really good at their conversion rate this year. It's one of the highest, if not the highest, in the entire USL.
It is by far and away the highest in the USL, 39%, 16 percentage points higher than Real Monarchs SLC. And again, that through 7 games is just almost off the charts. First corner of the game here belongs to San Antonio FC. This is delivered wide as Ibiaga crept up just outside the 6, and boy, he hit it pretty well.
Yeah, great header from Ibiaga, and that's what you want to see early from Darren and the staff. They're going to be excited about that if he's getting his head on the ball in these set-piece situations.
Last touch by Republic defender. Ben Noonan will take another corner. Plays another one deep and cleared aside. Cochran will settle under as he pushes forward, and San Antonio FC will gain their first true possession here of the match. Michael Reed working it along outside the box and easily played by the goalkeeper, Evan Newton, former standout at Old Dominion. And he was 2 years ago one of the best goalkeepers in the USL, playing for OKC Energy FC. Cesar Elizondo delivering one on Newton in the first official shot on goal for San Antonio FC. They are outshooting the opposition 34-28 coming into tonight's match. You know, we talk about San Antonio FC's offense, Matt, but their defense is nearly as impeccable here through the first 7 matches. And again, thanks to the outstanding work by the back 4 here so far this season.
Yeah, they've shown they have a lot of depth on that back line, and the same with you know, the guy between the pipes with Cardoni, you know, injured. Restrepo steps right in and has been getting the job done, only giving up 4 goals in this point.
And a good-looking attempt here by Danny Barrera. The former Scorpion is swallowed up by Diego Restrepo, gets his first touch of the evening. And that is that East-West game that Sacramento Republic FC is going to play. They lead the league in crosses into the box, but they're actually average in the league when it comes to their success rate on the crosses. But that was their 29th successful cross into the box this season.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, it's you know, obviously what they're trying to do, and with their lack of goal scoring, they may try to, you know, look at some different routes to the goal tonight.
Long ball served ahead by the veteran Julius James, another former San Antonio Scorpion. There are 3 of them on this Republic team. We just saw Danny Barrera a moment ago, and Trevin Caesar. Only conceded 6 goals themselves this year. However, again, we mentioned their offensive struggles. That is what has plagued them over their last 4 matches where they're scoreless. As Republic looking to control in the midfield, and a good challenge there by Rafa Castillo to win the ball away. Cochran will take it back into his own end as he serves to the veteran Stephen McCarthy. McCarthy will switch ends, and Ibiaga's got some daylight up the right flank. Castillo, the One touch over and pushed along by Michael Reed, and now San Antonio FC on the attack, but will steer one wide. Stierpak was making the run just to the perimeter of the box.
Yeah, good work from McCarthy early on. He's connecting passes, and you just saw him stretch Sac Republic out with the pass to his other center back, which opened up the right side of the field there. So real good to see McCarthy off to a good start tonight.
And if you're back on your heels a little bit in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, which San Antonio FC's kind of played a little back here to start, that's the best way to move out. Connect a few passes and get yourself some confidence going through the middle of the field, isn't it?
That's right. Just need to get their feet under them, settle down, and start moving the ball and do what they do.
It's a foul from the far side by the defender over there, and that was Chris Christian. As he leaned in on Cesar Elizondo. Actually, it was Chris Christian over there on the far side. His 5th season, 28 years of age. 28 starts a year ago. San Antonio FC here with a free kick in the 11th minute. As Elizondo cheats a little into the area before pulling back. And Rafa Castillo delivers one into the box that's cleared straight up into the air and settled under by Ochoa, but he cannot move it forward. McCarthy to the outside, Billy Forbes. Cuts back to the inside and was looking in the direction of Ibeagha, but sent it wide of him.
Good job from Reed there, bringing that ball down and playing it wide out to Billy instead of putting it right back in the mixer.
What a month of April for Billy Forbes to go along with the final week in March as well. 6 goals, 15 points in 7 games. Likely should be the unanimous player of the month in the USL. 6 goals already is the single season record for anyone for San Antonio FC. This after just 3 a year ago for Billy, playing in Rayo OKC in the NASL.
Yeah, unbelievable start for Billy.
It's a good run here by Greg Cochran before Jeremy Hall interrupts him and wins the ball away. 127 MLS games for Jeremy Hall to go along with 4 caps, playing for Puerto Rico. This is Emra Clemente, Sacramento's all-time leader in games played. This is his 95th appearance this evening for Clemente. McCarthy to the outside, Newnham. Newnham delivers a good ball ahead, intended for Elizondo, but they've got Chris Christian pretty much tracking Elizondo all night so far. And now a counter-attack up the far flank here for Republic. And a good job by Newnham as he got back there, as tries to win the ball, and he will.
Yeah, Christian's off to a good start. Kid's out of Villanova and fantastic center back for Sac Republic.
Mentioned those center backs, Chris Christian, Julius James, and James Kiffey, and Emra Clemente, the wing backs. And we say build a successful team by building out of your back 4 along with your goalkeeper. And again, Paul Buckle has managed to do that. He'd like to see his offense get a little bit in gear here tonight. San Antonio FC in possession. It's Stierpak. Delivers one through, and Pekka, boy, so underrated early in the season as Pekka been, as a challenge won by Hall for Sacramento. And we'll talk a lot about Pekka tonight because he may not be the most noticeable guy on the pitch, Matt, but the things he does during the game is without question a big reason why San Antonio FC is where they are right now.
Absolutely. His timing in the tackle is impeccable. He reads the game well, and he's kind of the engine that sits in behind that midfield. And once he starts flowing, good things happen.
Sacramento Republic FC 52% possession through their first 7 games as Clemente heads one forward and Restrepo will settle easily. That's actually one area can be understood for San Antonio FC. Their possession this year has not been great, only 42%, Matt, through the first 7 games. But a big reason why is they've scored the first goal in 6 of their first 7 games, and usually when you have the lead, you're not often always going to have possession from that point forward.
They've only won the possession game one time this year, and it was a draw. Interesting stat. So, look, this game's all about scoring goals, and they're scoring goals right now. So I think Coach Powell's fine giving up a little possession and then sitting behind the ball, and as long as they're scoring goals, that's not a stat he's going to worry too much about.
Almost past the first quarter hour of the match. Scoreless at Toyota Field. Cochran, as he plays one off Ochoa, and this is settled by Hall, and Ochoa's got some room to operate. Switching ends of the field, Agustin Casares. Lofted along and settled down by Ibiaga. Cochran will chase this one back by the corner stick. Taken away here by Republic, and a little physical confrontation between Barrera and Castillo as they shrug off one another. There's a good ball here. Daniel Trickett-Smith with an attempt blocked by McCarthy. And Clemena's attempt is thwarted out there by Cochran to be the first corner of the game for Sacramento Republic FC.
Another example of San Antonio needs to be careful, playing the ball out of the back. It's another defensive giveaway for him, and look what it turns into.
Danny Barrera will take the corner. Just 1 assist so far this season for Barrera. He was a first-team All-USL player a year ago. This is his 36th consecutive start. This is an all-time record for Republic. It's a dangerous ball into the box, and it dribbles just past Clemena. And this one lofted very, very deep and well out of play. But pretty good looking ball into the middle there for Sacramento Republic FC. That chance was sitting there for Clemena.
Yeah, Barrera's a nice player. He's a kid out of the SoCal at UCSB, a Gaucho, and all USL team last year. And I know it's somebody that the San Antonio crew's got to look out for tonight. Here we go with consecutive giveaways in the defensive half. So I think it's an area they're going to have to clean up a bit now.
The territorial game has been won by Sacramento Republic FC here through the first 16 minutes of play because of the giveaways in the back end early on here, as Republic will earn themselves the free kick after the foul on McCarthy. Clemena over the ball. Will switch ends and nearly got away from the far side. Kept alive here. Christian sends one deep and the flag goes up as it lifts over Wilson Nishaw, who was tracking on it but was 4 or 5 feet offside. Billy Forbes, not a lot of touches for him early tonight, but he shakes his man loose a little bit, and then he was arguing back to the referee for a foul that was not there. As Nishaw plays it off Ibiaga, and look out, Ochoa into the box, great save, Nishaw, and he can't pick up the rebound. Restrepo makes his first big save of the game on the veteran Sammy Ochoa. A goal scorer's opportunity for Ochoa, who had 11 of them last season and 3 of them here early in the year. Castillo laboring a little bit. Well, and that was a rare miscue by Ibiaga there, Matt, and Paul just simply seemed to slip by him.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake, and fantastic job from McCarthy there, backing him up, just realizing that the potential for a mistake was there, and McCarthy's there to save the day. Really dodged a bullet on that one. I think Sac Republic is going to feel a little bit unlucky not to be up 1-0 right now.
When it rains, it pours, I guess, as far as the offensive woes go. And for San Antonio FC on the other side, when you're off to such a torrid start, those are the types of breaks that you get night in and night out. You think about the game in Seattle, Matt, where it's a 3-2 game, but Seattle Sounders hits 2 posts in that game. Could have been an entirely different story.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's tough decompressing after a road trip like that. 1,800 miles on the road, playing on artificial surfaces and different weather. It's tough to decompress and get back into this rhythm.
That's a great run, Elizondo, but an even better play by the veteran Julius James.
Yeah, good tackle from James there.
To the outside, Ben Noonan, as he works back with Pekka in the midfield. Michael Reed will switch ends. As Cochran will settle under the ball. 20th minute here at Toyota Field. First big scoring opportunity of the game to Republic's veteran striker Sammy Ochoa, thwarted by Diego Restrepo. Castillo. Forbes just outside the 18, give and go with Elizondo. Billy unable to get an attempt, and Cesar sends it into section 114.
Dan, that's exactly what that's what we need to do. You see how Elizondo came across in that gap between the back 4 and the midfield 4 there, and we found the ball. We broke a line there. San Antonio needs to do a little bit more of that, finding players in the gap and keeping possession of it.
Billy Forbes, so dangerous whenever he has the ball at his feet. And him and Elizondo have nearly perfected the 2-man game here through the first 7 matches of the season. James, well defended, as Elizondo was trying to break free. And a little bit of offensive attack here, trying to put the back 4 for Republic here on their heels a little bit. San Antonio FC, they have thrived on the counterattack all season long. Cochran by the touchline. Forbes. And headed down by Christian. Clearance across midfield. Ibiaga working it outside, Tierpak. And Pekka. Opening up a little space on the outside. Rafa Castillo. And now they'll switch ends for Cochran. Cochran trying to shrug off Barrera, and he lost the ball on the touchline as it dribbled over. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast. Mike Watts, Monday night at 9 p.m. on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check USL Soccer for dates and times. With Matt Barnes, our entire crew, Dan Weiss here at Toyota Field. 23rd minute. San Antonio FC, Sacramento Republic FC in the first meeting between these two teams this season. They'll meet again in Sacramento on the first day of July. We'll have that game for you, in fact, on Fox Sports Southwest, one of our 6 telecasts this season. And one of our 2 road telecasts this season, the other being in Colorado Springs the Saturday before. Barrera, as he works in the midfield, as Republic in their 4-4-2 formation, going back to work. Jeremy Hall. Ochoa trying to return it back, and will slip by Barrera, but back to Christian. As he delivers the ball to the outside. Kiffy. So he tries to make the run and lose his man, and well defended by San Antonio FC. Again, the reset for Republic. It's Casares in the midfield again, working with Kiffy, and the give and go comes back into the area and cleaned up there by the back 4. And this ball will get away from Cochran, and another mental mistake there for San Antonio FC. Things we haven't seen from them early on this season. Clementa. Sammy Ochoa. Out top, Casares, and stripped of the ball. Good challenge. Here's the counter for San Antonio FC, and Rafa Castillo might have gotten away on a through ball to Billy Forbes. And it turns into a turnover, and possession taken back by Republic. I do you see this game now starting to settle in here for both sides, Matt?
I really think San Antonio needs to get those center three, Castillo, Pekka, and Reed on the same page. They need to start connecting passes. They've started almost every game together, and they're just not in great sync right now.
Trickett Smith will chase this one down as he returns it to James Kiffey. Kiffey lofts it into the box, and Barrera went up top but could not come under the ball. Billy Forbes won the ball but lost it on the touchline, and a throw-in for Republic.
Sacramento looks good in a 4-4-2, and that midfield block's doing a real nice job defensively. So may have to ask Rafa to Castillo to drop in a little bit deeper to pick up that ball and possess it out of the back.
Good little counter here for Tierpak and San Antonio FC. A good challenge there by Republic as Tierpak able to win the ball back. Michael Reed to the outside, Cochran. And a reset for San Antonio FC here as we cross over into the 26th minute of play in the first half. The strategy, though, again, for both teams is interesting because San Antonio FC plays that counter so well north-south, whereas Republic lives on the outside most of the night. Michael Reed. That ball goes awry.
You're right, Dan. I think that's where they kind of see some space opening up, especially, you know, when they counterattack with Forbes and Tierpak blazing down the lines. There's going to be some space in behind them at times, and they'll keep looking for that tonight.
The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow the USL on Twitter @USL. The 7th week of the USL season, and a hard foul against Rafa Castillo, and perhaps the card may be drawn on Danny Barrera. Castillo is still down. Our center referee tonight is Duel Jurasevic. Assistants working with him are Jennifer Garner, Elton Garcia, and our fourth official, Baltazar Perel-Hanna. A hard challenge again from the 27-year-old Danny Barrera on Rafa Castillo.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he could have easily got a yellow card for that. He got away with one, Barrera did right there. Tackling from the back and got into Rafa pretty good.
Already with 2 yellow cards this season for Danny Barrera. Tierpak, nice job winning the ball. As he gives it a go, it'll go wide of goal. Chris Tierpak scored in that game against Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. And it was the only game in which San Antonio FC failed to score first. That goal by Tierpak kept them unbeaten. It's a late goal in the 79th minute that tied the game and finished in a 1-1 draw.
I think that'll end up being one of the better goals they've scored all year. We had a great view of that goal that night.
Across the face of goal, but wide, and this one will roll across the touchline. And a throw in for San Antonio FC. Tierpak, who was selected by Chivas back in the 3rd round of 2014 in the MLS Super Draft, native of Austin. He played collegiately at Houston Baptist. Last season with Swope Park Rangers, he scored 7 goals, leading Swope to the conference championship. Sebastian Ibiaga. Along with Greg Cochran, they have played all 630 minutes coming into tonight's game. Elizondo, and a good ball for Tierpak. Well defended, but Tierpak able to cut around Christian. Lofted in by Elizondo. Barrera settles. Looked like it might have been touched by a hand there. Castillo is then upended from about 25 yards out. Will earn a free kick for San Antonio in a very dangerous spot.
Yeah, this is a great spot. Rafa did really well to draw that foul as well. So see what we can make of this one.
Foul on Casares. And This is really right in Rafa's wheelhouse here. Just outside the box. Probably, I would say, maybe closer to 23 yards out. So this is a dangerous spot for San Antonio FC, and we've seen Rafa score goals from this distance time in and time out.
Absolutely, this is an ideal spot for him and his left foot.
Sided along with the right-footed Ben Noonan, but you figure this will be all the left-footed Rafa Castillo here. Looking to get San Antonio FC on the board in the 30th minute of play at Toyota Field. Castillo goes for goal and just over the bar. Almost figure like you might have wanted it a little bit deeper perhaps, maybe another 5 yards out, trying to pick that upper corner perhaps.
Yeah, he's going to that near corner. He's got to get the ball up and over the wall. It's a little bit more difficult than trying to clip it into the far post there. Just got under it a bit.
Still just the one shot on target for San Antonio FC in this game this evening. And again, the chances have heavily favored Sacramento Republic FC through the first 2/4 hours of the match. Sammy Ochoa thought he kept it alive, but he did not. Sammy Ochoa scored 3 goals in the first 3 games for Sacramento Republic FC. They jumped out to a great start, going 3-0. Now winless in their last 4. They've only conceded 4 goals in those 4 matches, but again have not scored in any of those matches, coming off a 0-0 draw with Vancouver Whitecaps 2 last weekend. They've been on the road a lot. This is already their 6th road game this season. And they'll earn a corner kick for the 2nd time tonight. And that's Wilson Nishaw trying to make a play. And Daniel Trickett-Smith will take the ball with him off to the far stick. Short corner and kept to the outside. Trickett-Smith and gives it a go, but it gets away from him.
Sacramento's doing a really good job of pressing at the right time. So again, sound like a broken record, but they're winning the ball in their attacking third, and it just puts a lot of pressure on San Antonio when we keep giving the ball away back there.
Michael Reed, pressure, he'll give it back to Diego Restrepo. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. San Antonio FC home for the next 3 Saturdays. Seattle in town next weekend, followed by Phoenix Rising. And Didier Drogba, who could be making his debut for Phoenix Rising FC later on this evening. Former Chelsea star and one of the best international strikers of all time. Now a part owner of that Phoenix Rising FC club. They're here in 2 weeks. That'll be our first telecast on Fox Sports Southwest. Sacramento Republic on the ball here in the 34th minute. Hall gets one through. Ochoa. Nishaw stripped. Stanley Barrera to the outside. Clementa into the box. Good clearance there as Michael Reed got under the ball. And here's Billy Forbes with plenty of daylight up ahead. Forbes into the box, and he's run off there by Julius James, but will earn San Antonio FC's 3rd corner of the match.
Tell you what, that's really good work from Pekka there. He's in good position in the box, picked up the ball on the cross and found Billy right away. So that was a fantastic job from Pekka leading the charge there.
3rd corner for San Antonio FC in the first half. Sacramento Republic has had 2. Ben Noonan will take it. They've connected with Ibiaga in the box, and they've looked in his direction. No surprise. At 6'2", he stands out. Noonan plays it deep, and Evan Newton comes out to get this one at the top of the 6. Clementa turned it over. San Antonio FC will take possession back over. As we approach the final 10 minutes here of the opening half at Toyota Field. Scoreless game. Billy Forbes, the last good opportunity for San Antonio FC. And he just split his way through 3 Republic defenders and then get a foul all the way back here on Barrera, it looks like. And a free kick for San Antonio FC.
Yeah, the referee saw that foul and was going to try to let Billy play out of that, which was really good job on his part, and ended up calling it back.
And he did play out of it, believe it or not. With some fancy footwork there.
Billy's got terrific feet, does some things the rest of us just can't do.
6th year, 26 years of age, Billy Forbes from Turks and Caicos. And he played for my partner at Lubbock Christian. With some great seasons.
Yeah, real fortunate to have Billy Forbes in Division II soccer in Lubbock, Texas. So we had some fantastic games with Billy, and just a great representative of the university and great teammate.
6 goals on 11 shots this year for Billy Forbes. It's funny you mentioned Tierpak's goal being one of the nicest that we've seen this year, because Billy Forbes' goals, all 6 of them have come inside the area. He's not somebody who's going to beat you from distance, but man, when he's in the box, look out.
Yeah, he's lethal in the box, and he puts himself in really good situations and positions.
Cochran looking for Forbes, and well anticipated there, stepping up by Clementa. It's just a battle watching all night between Billy Forbes and the veteran defender, Edmura Clementa. He knows he's got his hand full. Forbes trying to shake off Clementa, and they'll call Clementa for the foul, although for Billy Forbes, he did have a little bit of Clementa's jersey too. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, it could have. That's an example where the second half, you just hope SAFC can just get on the same page. Cochran was looking to bring Billy back to the ball, and Billy's looking to go forward, and just some little things that they can clean up in the second half that I think will really help.
Free kick for San Antonio FC here in the 38th minute. They've had a couple of these from about these exact distances here. This one's a little bit further out for Rafa Castillo. And he'll leave it to Ben Noonan, the right-footed attacker. Put it into the box and cleared out. Diego Restrepo, boy, has he filled in admirably for the injured Matt Cardoni. Winning 2 of his matches, picked up his first clean sheet last Friday night in Portland. It's a big signing for San Antonio FC late in training camp after playing last year in Tampa Bay.
He's a very good goalkeeper, and you knew the second he got into camp here, he just got the respect of the players. The kid can play, and he's solid. And, you know, now that he's starting to get some rhythm, I think he's going to be real tough to beat.
He was 4-2-5 a year ago in Tampa Bay. Goals against average of 1.36. He's got a favorable back four working in front of him, but single-handedly, Restrepo has kept this game scoreless here to this point. Tierpak, a good challenge there on Casares. Casares has got Pekka all wrapped up in a foul. And Michael Reed swung off the ball, and this will be our first card of the match. Ochoa and Reed with some pleasantries here.
Maybe not seeing it the same way, huh?
Second yellow card this season for Sammy Ochoa. Cesar Elizondo is down on the pitch right here, and medical staff will come out. There's the foul that drew the first yellow card of the evening on Sammy Ochoa. Michael Reed once again wearing the armband as the captain for San Antonio FC, and has really filled that leadership role in such a tremendous way early on, hasn't he, Matt?
He sure has. I was real fortunate. You know, yesterday after training, I sat down with Reed and talked to him about his exact, role as a captain. Tell you what, the guy's really thoughtful. He takes it seriously, and he's done a fantastic job, being a leader of this group. And this isn't the same team they had last year. They're more mature this year. That they have more experience. So for him to be out there leading this group says something about him as an individual. I was really impressed with him in our conversation yesterday.
10 returnees for San Antonio FC from last year's club that finished 10, 12, and 8, but an impressive 7, 4, and 4 here at home. Cesar Elizondo is coming off the pitch here and out of the match. AJ Ajekwa is going to take his spot here early. Substitution in the 41st minute for AJ Ajekwa. His 4th appearance of the season. He scored on that road trip and a big goal in Seattle early to open the scoring there. A game that San Antonio FC won by a score of 3-2. Cochran into the box and a clearance away from Julius James.
That's a smart move from Darren. AJ is very similar in the way that he plays. He's got a great engine. He's going to be buzzing around, causing havoc across that back line all night. He's been really good so far this season.
First touch for Ajekwa. He was trying to draw the foul with contact, but there was no call. And Julius James thinks that Ajekwa might have embellished that a little bit, perhaps, and you could hear him say, card him, card him.
James stood him up pretty good there, and solid defending from him.
Fan Stamp today to the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. Mondays at 9 p.m. East, 8 p.m. Central on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check USL Soccer for dates and times. Cochran kept it alive along the touchline, but Castillo lost it outside the box. And taken back here by Sacramento Republic FC. San Antonio will earn possession on a foul at midfield. Reed to the outside for Tierpak. Defended by Trickett Smith. And return to Michael Reed, who will switch ends of the field. Forbes again trying to shake off Clemena, and he lost possession, and he turns the ball over.
That's a ball I think they can find tonight. I don't know if you noticed, but Billy took that inside-out route there, and Cochran found him up the line. And tell you what, you do that 4 or 5 times with Billy, he's going to find some space in one of them.
That's a fun matchup we've watched tonight. Billy Forbes and Emera Clementa. And should continue in the second half. Ibiaga. Newnham on the outside, and Tierpak will accept the ball and try to cut it back to the inside and earns a foul.
Great turn from Tierpak there. Just really sold him that he was going to bring the ball in and cut him pretty sharp. Clear foul.
I've had a couple of those tonight where the defender for Republic. Looks like he's anticipating the player going to the outside, and a couple times San Antonio FC's cut back to the inside and won the foul.
Tirpak's really good at that, and he's so quick. You're not, once he gets that step on you, you're going to be done.
Rafa Castillo into the box and easily cleared from danger. Sacramento Republic going on 427 minutes without a goal here.
Dan, I think the service is going to have to be better. You saw, 10 minutes ago, Noonan placing a ball that wasn't delivered well in the box, and again, Rafa playing that ball a bit short.
This is Ajekwa now, trying to find a little bit of space, and the ball stripped from him. Ibiaga able to settle and able to earn a foul. 1 minute of stoppage time will be added here at the end of the first half. Scoreless game here at San Antonio's Toyota Field. And a beautiful night, and we anticipated a heavyweight matchup, Matt, and we've certainly got that here through 45 minutes.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see how the second half shakes out.
Here's another set piece for San Antonio FC on the free kick. Castillo delivered the last one, pretty shallow. And he'll loft this one into the area up top, and Newton is able to rise up high and knock it away from Sebastian Ibiaga. And that was a pretty good ball delivered in that time by Rafa Castillo.
And that's what you want. He's getting his head on, Ibiaga's getting his head on everything they put close to him, so let's keep getting the ball there.
Evan Newton will likely send this one ahead, and we will hear the whistles for the end of our first half. San Antonio FC may have one last possession here. A little extra stoppage time added. Cochran, nice run, Rafa Castillo. Castillo has dragged off the ball in the area. That was a good ball delivered through by Cochran. Cochran, one last try. Newton punches this one away. Almost now 2 full minutes of stoppage time have been added. There's another chance. Ajekwa to the outside. Noonan goes for goal, headed just over the bar. It's Chris Tirpak. Was it Castillo, I believe? I look at it again. Yeah, it was Rafa, actually, that ball came down to.
Yeah, great service from Ben out on that right flank, and Castillo put his head on it. A little bit unlucky to blaze across the bar there.
So unexpected additional 90 seconds of stoppage time have been added on in this first half. And we continue to play on. And there's the whistle. Our opening half is in the books here at Toyota Field. No score, San Antonio FC, Sacramento Republic FC. Good chances though for both sides. And a little bit of a late push there for San Antonio should make them feel good, Matt, going into the locker room.
Absolutely. I think there's some things they can clean up in the second half, and I'm sure they'll find a way of doing that.
We'll take a break. Our halftime festivities get underway from Toyota Field when we return after this.
What if miracles were the norm, not the exception? What if the biggest discoveries were focused on the smallest? What if we made life not so fragile? 15 years ago, we built a hospital dedicated to children. We knew by always asking, what if, we could discover what's next. It's why more parents have trusted Methodist with their children's care for 50 years. Methodist Healthcare.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, High-flying, non-stop action. San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered when it needs to be high-performing, hard-working, high-tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable. Holt Cat has got you covered with best-in-class cat-heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
Last week at San Antonio FC, the USL Experience completed a second year of unprecedented success. The USL Experience provides Super Y League players with a comprehensive look into the North American professional landscape, where they can experience life as a pro at a level never before visited.
No, we're really pleased to host the USL Experience here in San Antonio. The players get to experience what it's like to be a professional player. They've interacted well with our current players over lunch, and we're looking forward to watching them play. I know they've trained this morning and looking forward to the games this evening, and as a staff we're looking forward to watch them play.
The USLX event has given our players a great opportunity to participate and play against players from all across the nation, which serves as a great development opportunity for our kids. Obviously, Texas is a big state, but when you get the opportunity to play against kids from across the nation, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity right now at their age groups.
Rewind to the inaugural 2016 USL Experience hosted by FC Cincinnati. During halftime of the River Cities Cup versus Louisville City FC, USL Experience players walked out onto the field in front of a 20,000 capacity crowd at Nippert Stadium and were recognized as the future of the game. That's not happening anywhere else in the country. A year in the making, the USL Experience at San Antonio FC looked to build on the accomplishments of FC Cincinnati and achieved great success with a 2017 event unlike anything else currently available to youth players. During the event, these athletes experienced a full media day, including professional photo shoots, press conferences, and interviews conducted by USL Experience and San Antonio FC staff in stadium suites overlooking the beautiful Toyota field. The experience intensified as players stepped onto the pitch for the first time, flying through competitive training sessions conducted by invited Super Y coaches who continued to evaluate players throughout the event. College coaches and U.S. Soccer Federation scouts attended USL Experience matches as the players challenged the San Antonio FC ETP and Rio Grande Valley Academy teams. In addition to their own match experience, players witnessed firsthand the professional matchday experience of San Antonio FC, which included access to a closed-door training session, lunch with the first team, and the opportunity to learn tactics from head coach Darren Powell in a strategy session before the season home opener. The 2017 USL Experience culminated in spectacular fashion as players celebrated San Antonio FC's first home triumph of the season with a 3-0 victory over LA Galaxy 2. By providing an event such as this, the USL has become a leader through its commitment to youth development. The USL Experience is breaking barriers by making professional soccer and the professional dream more accessible. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
When did you guys make all of this?
Well, we picked up H-E-B's Asian stir-fry kits.
They come with the sauce and pre-cut veggies. No chopping.
So we used the extra time to master the ancient art of origami.
My frog has serious hops, man, and Patty made an alligator.
Crocodile.
Kawhi, what is that?
It's a snowball.
That's a pretty good snowball, Kawhi.
Yeah, I know.
It's no crocodile.
H-E-B Asian stir-fry kits in a variety of unique flavors.
So I'm cruising here in my new Camry. You know, just following the nav's predictive traffic. That's when I saw smoke coming from the pet store. I called 911 on the Bluetooth and began the rescue. The owner gave me this as a reward. His name is Senor Bandito.
Wait, you got a new Camry?
The 2017 Camry with sporty looks and the latest tech. It'll surprise a few people. Toyota, let's go places.
Little ideas can turn into big dreams. Big dreams require careful planning and the right partner. A partner dedicated to helping you take care of your employees, protect your business, and plan for the future. It's sometimes overwhelming. It's often exciting. It's your story, and we can help. SWBC.
You were not meant to stay still. You were born to roam, to live, to dance. We will not.
I'm from a small island in the Caribbean called Turks and Caicos Island. San Antonio is my home, away from home. The fans is one of the reasons I'm back in San Antonio. For the past year, I was away playing in Oklahoma. I've had messages every day on my Facebook. The fans asking me, hey, when are you coming back? We need you, we need you. I remember when one account when one of the fans was like, hey, we would do whatever it is for you to come back. But I think that showed me the gratitude of the fan. So that encouraged me a little bit to come back because they pay me in so many ways that I can't even repay them back. I think this is amazing, especially being a part of the Spurs organization and all that stuff. It's top of the world, you know. It's world class. What I'm seeing right now, I've played around the world. I haven't seen anything like that, so it's great to be here.
What if miracles were the norm, not the exception? What if the biggest discoveries were focused on the smallest? What if we made life not so fragile? 15 years ago, we built a hospital dedicated to children. We knew by always asking, what if, we could discover what's next. It's why more parents have trusted Methodist with their children's care for 50 years. Methodist Healthcare.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, high flying, non-stop action, San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered. When it needs to be high performing, hard working, high tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable, Holt Cat has got you covered. With best-in-class cat heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support, and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
So I'm cruising here in my new Camry. You know, just following the nav's predictive traffic. That's when I saw smoke coming from the pet store. I called 911 on the Bluetooth and began the rescue. The owner gave me this as a reward. His name is Senor Bandito.
Wait, you got a new Camry?
The 2017 Camry with sporty looks and the latest.
Halftime at Toyota Field, San Antonio FC, Sacramento Republic FC, scoreless. As we welcome you back. First half that didn't feature any goals, but certainly did feature a lot of entertainment, along with Matt Barnes and our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks so much for joining us. Matt, you know, it's sometimes in a 0-0 game, you say, well, it was a pretty boring first half. There wasn't a lot going on. And there may not have been any goals, but there were certainly a lot of events that led to that first half, and really sets the table for what should be a pretty exciting second half.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was a real interesting first half. I think San Antonio needs to solve the problem in the midfield, in the center of the park. Cazares and Hall are doing a really good job in the middle of that block of four. We're either going to have to play through them, or Rafa Castillo is going to have to drop in deeper and overload those two players in the center of the park. I also think Ochoa's doing, they posted Ochoa up on McCarthy. I think McCarthy's done a really good job on him so far, but he needs to continue watching their best striker. And finally, we need to get the ball in the box with service to Ibeagha, because he's putting his head on things, and I think he can impact this game on set pieces.
You mentioned set pieces. I think that's one area that if there's one thing San Antonio FC may be struggling with in the first 7 games, and there's not much when you're unbeaten in your first 7, set pieces might be that one thing this year, is it not?
Yeah, it is, and it comes down to service, because, you know, we have big guys in the box that are going to put their head on it. So at times we just need to put the ball in the right place, and I think they'll make it happen.
Well, let's take a look at those first half highlights. In San Antonio FC, Sacramento Republic FC, the first of 2 meetings this year, and there were some chances on both sides.
Yeah, good early opportunities for both teams, and here was a mistake out of the back. Restrepo made a great save, and then McCarthy comes in behind him and saves the day there.
Set pieces you talk about there, it's about 23 yards out for Rafa Castillo and just over the bar. This, though, was a better delivery and almost led to a pretty good chance there for Ibeagha.
That's right, and a great serve from Ben Noonan on the outside, and Rafa puts his head on it. That's what you want to see. Great opportunity.
Look at our supporter group in there, and our first half stats at Toyota Field. Not a lot of shots on target, just 3 between these two teams. Possession, though, interesting, because San Antonio FC hasn't been the best possession team yet this season. They're winning the possession battle, but at times it feels like the chances have been for Sacramento Republic FC.
That's right. That's because the possession's been higher, but San Antonio's given the ball away in the wrong spots on the field, which is leading to Sac Republic's, additional attacking. The other thing that stands out there for me is the amount of fouls, 14-3. So I think Sac Republic really came into play tonight, and they're getting into them really good. So we need to deal with that.
See what happens in the second half. Coming up next, San Antonio FC, Sacramento Republic FC, scoreless. Second half next when we return.
So I'm cruising here in my new Camry. Just following the nav's predictive traffic. That's when I saw smoke coming from the pet store. I called 911 on the Bluetooth and began the rescue. The owner gave me this as a reward. His name is Senor Bandito.
Wait, you got a new Camry?
The 2017 Camry with sporty looks and the latest tech. It'll surprise a few people. Toyota, let's go places.
When did we get a farmer's market?
It's just a fun way to show off fruits and veggies from our home countries.
Like delicious tailored golden pears from Spain. Or beautiful corn from Hondo, Texas.
I have California plum cots. They breed plums with apricots.
Only in California, am I right? What's that?
Gâteau Napoléon avec des fraises de Poty.
Excuse me?
Oh, that's petite strawberry shortcake.
That's not what I said?
H-E-B, fresh produce from Texas and around the world.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, high flying, non-stop action, San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered. When it needs to be high performing, hard working, high tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable, Holt Cat has got you covered. With best-in-class cat heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support, and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
Every mile is a possibility, a chance for victory, and financial success. Every mile is an opportunity to get closer, or much, much farther away. Every mile counts, and high-quality gasolines from Valero Clean and keep your engine working its best through all of them. Valero.
Supporters for San Antonio FC hoping that they'll see a goal in the second half. Hopefully for the home side here, San Antonio FC looking to extend what's a 4-game winning streak and a 7-game unbeaten streak. They're in a good battle here with one of the model franchises in the USL, Sacramento Republic FC, after 45 minutes. And a look at Rafa Castillo, who had that last chance before we went into the half on that good service from Ben Noonan from the outside.
I think that's got to give SAFC a lot of confidence coming into the second half, the way they ended that half.
San Antonio FC will start with the ball here in the second half. Just one shot on target came from Cesar Elizondo, and it was very early in that first half, and it was an easy save for Evan Newton. The San Antonio FC attack had their chances in the area, but could not deliver on target. Second half underway, along with Matt Barnes, our entire crew. Dan Weiss from Toyota Field, thanks for joining us this evening. Daniel Trickett-Smith played with Liverpool, their under-21 team, a couple of years, and he's only 21 now in his 4th season. As the ball is won away by Ben Noonan and given back to Diego Restrepo, who arguably made his best save in San Antonio FC colors in that first half on Sammy Ochoa. Tierpak shakes the defender loose, but he pushed it too far ahead, and Kiffy will take it away. Clemena on the outside. He's got an opportunity, tries to go for goal, and this is going to be blocked away by Cochran, and it'll turn into the 3rd corner of the match for Sacramento Republic FC. Cesar Elizondo, he left the game in the 41st minute. Obviously was dealing with a little bit of pain, and something to watch here as we go forward in the homestand for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if that's a little fatigue from the road trip, or if he had cramps. Couldn't really tell what he went down with there, but hopefully he comes out of that all right.
That's a good ball to the top of the 6 and headed away from danger. Back outside, and Kiffy's going to win this ball here, trying to shake off a Jaquin. Actually, he never won the ball, but Jaquin was guilty of the foul. And that's only, we looked at the first half stats, it's only the 4th foul on San Antonio FC in this game.
Yeah, it is, and AJ's got to be real careful and fouling in this situation. The guy's heading away from goal towards out of bounds, and he fouls him, and now they have a set piece that'll. I'm guessing they're going to serve in a pretty dangerous ball in here. Barrera's got a good foot.
In-swing delivery from Barrera is blocked by the wall of a Jaquin Castillo, and it'll turn into a corner. 2nd and a half already for Republic, and their 4th of the match. Barrera plays it deep. Settled. Still loose in the box, and giving it a go was Trickett-Smith. So Sacramento Republic FC, Matt, comes out with essentially the same kind of attack that they opened the game with. Kind of had San Antonio FC back on their heels a little bit defensively.
I don't know if they need to make changes right now. They're winning the ball with their front 2 players and their midfield block. So I don't see Buckle making any major changes right now. I don't think he needs to. They're picking up the ball and winning it in dangerous positions.
When you've gone 428 minutes without a goal, though, when does that start to creep in, though, to the back of your head? If it isn't already.
Yeah, I think it's already there.
Ibiaga. He'll return it to Diego Restrepo. Cochran trying to go over the top to Billy Forbes. Jaquin actually comes over to get it, but the flag went up. AJ Ajekwa, last season playing with the Orange County Blues with a goal. Signed in the offseason by San Antonio FC to give him some depth up front. San Antonio FC with a league-leading 18 goals coming into tonight's match, and Ajekwa with one of those. Newnham pressured by Ochoa. Already one yellow for Ochoa, and Newnham slips free, and the referee says play on. Tierpak then loses the ball. Hall to the middle, Herrera. And settled back to Chris Christian. Slipped along and directed out of play by Ben Newnham. Giffey will take the throw in here for Sacramento as we're into the 51st minute, early stages of the second half. Shaw, tricking Smith on the outside, back into the top of the box. Ochoa, good settle, gives it a go, and he's going to nail that HEB side next to the board. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Stephen McCarthy shrugs the defense. Good run by Cochran. Billy Forbes was trying to make a better run up the flank, but the ball never got to him.
See Hall's doing a good job of pressing, in those situations and making Reed play with his back there and facing his own goal. He's done a real good job with his timing tonight. And I do think San Antonio needs to solve that problem.
Yeah, that back four for Sacramento really hasn't played very risky at all tonight.
No, they're not bombing on or anything. You may see that later in the half as they feel like they need a goal.
Good touch by Ajekwa. Tierpak over the top. Rafa Castillo onside. Castillo! Great save! Evan Newton, and now both goalies have a great save in this game.
That was really good movement from Rafa there. You see him kind of slip off the center back into that space and got great delivery. Unlucky not to put that one in the back of the net.
So each keeper has one terrific save in this game. That is San Antonio's second shot on target tonight. Another ball over the top. Ajekwa settles under, and then he's unfortunately unable to keep possession there. Good counter the other way. Settled, but the flag went up on Wilson Nishaw. Take a look at the save again. Evan Newton coming out to challenge. Billy Forbes, nice move. Tries to stay with the ball, taken away. Counter here for Republic. Daniel Trickett-Smith. Casades. Will return it to Giffey. Chris Christian, early in the game, was all over Cesar Elizondo, and that was a battle waged between those two. And we've seen Clemena and Billy Forbes engaged in a good battle on the flank tonight. Another ball over the top, and Biaga to it first. Sacramento Republic FC with a throw-in. Another foul, and second one of the half with San Antonio FC. Fans stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 8 p.m. Central on Sirius XM FC. Cochran some daylight on the far flank. Michael Reed. This is Pekka. Castillo. And now, Matt, you're really starting to see those battles in the midfield. They become so much more important here in the second half, don't they?
That's right. You just saw another, just what we talked about, Kiefe running up and serving a great ball across the face of the goal there. So they may be looking to get their outside backs pushed on a bit more here as well as the second half develops.
Some good volleys there by Tierpak, but foul is already committed on Pekka, and a free kick for San Antonio FC. 15th foul of the match on Republic. And ironically, it was San Antonio FC that came into tonight's match. 99 fouls conceded. They were amongst the top 5 in the league. They've played a clean game from that standpoint this evening.
Yeah, they've been defending well and doing it the right way. The team's pretty low on overall yellow cards as well.
Nice ball from Castillo, headed down and just wide by Ibiaga.
It's just what we talked about, Dan. That ball needs to get to his head every time. He's getting up, he's getting his head on the ball, and I'll tell you what, one of those is going to go in the back.
His timing has been impeccable this evening.
Very good. Make it simple. Get the ball in his head and let things happen.
He's looking for his first goal of the season. He had 2 of them last year playing with Billy Forbes at Rayo OKC. McCarthy gets upstairs to settle this one. Billy Forbes creates a little space, brushed off the play. Julius James will drive it off Forbes. And a throw in for Republic. Daniel Trickett-Smith. Cross on the outside. As Republic push along with Clemena. Back to Danny Barrera. Barrera, nice ball, top of the box there. Trickett-Smith. And now to the opposite flank. This is going to be a tough run for Kiffe. And he was actually, I think, able to drive it off Ben Noonan, but they're going to award a goal kick. Noonan is a little slow getting back up. This was close. Yeah, Kiffe certainly got it at the end. And Noonan had him travel a lot of distance there just to get to that ball.
Yeah, great timing. I thought he did really well to come across there and make that tackle.
Nice ball for Tierpak. Good volley. Settles. Unable to brush off the defender. Christian sends this one a mile in the air. Michael Reed wins the ball down, but Kiffe lofts it along. Ibiaga sending it in Billy Forbes' direction. Forbes, oh, what a great play by Clemena. He stopped Billy dead in his tracks.
Ball kind of fell right off his heel, right into Billy's tracks there.
Trickett-Smith, Kiffe, Casares, Hall, back to the opposite side, Barrera from 20 out, Barrera just over the bar.
Barrera's got himself in a couple good positions tonight. He's just not hitting the ball real clean. So I'll tell you, if he gets a hold of one of those, it could be lights out.
Soccer fans, Nike's an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Talked with Darren Powell yesterday, and he says we can play a multitude of different ways to try to win the game. And tonight it looks like they're going to have to try to win the game a little bit differently than they've done in their previous 6 victories. Because Sacramento's just not giving them very much through the middle of the field right now.
Well, Sacramento's, asking some questions, and they got to find a couple ways to solve some of these problems, in my opinion, especially in the center of the midfield.
Casares. She gives it back to Emra Clementa. Casares again, and working the two-man game with Clementa on the outside. Hall slips away from Rafa Castillo. Jeremy Hall swings back to the inside. He'll play it along the midfield line to Chris Christian. Nearly through the first hour of the match. No score at Toyota Field. Kiffey by the touchline. Kiffey makes a move around Newnham, delivers to the back post. It's settled right in front of Restrepo and cleared away from danger by McCarthy.
Dan, I've been real impressed with McCarthy tonight. I think he's finding himself in good positions and playing real clean.
Saw former Scorpion Trevin Caesar getting ready to come into the game as Restrepo makes his third save of the match. This ball goes off the foot of Ben Newnham and out of play. And we'll get our first substitution for Republic FC here in the 61st minute. Trevin Caesar will come into the game as he will take out Wilson Nishaw. So not a bad game for Wilson Nishaw. Or, well, Nishaw actually, it's not sure, is it him? It's not him, it's going to be Daniel Trickett-Smith. They got the substitution wrong, so Nishaw stays in the game. Daniel Trickett-Smith, the young 21-year-old who came into the starting 11 tonight in place of Tyler Blackwood. Himself a pretty good game for Sacramento Republic. Trevin Caesar, who had 10 goals a year ago, playing with A.J. Ajekwa with the OC Blues, and he's on for that exact reason here in the final half hour. Kiffey. Another good ball. Top of the sixth, bicycle kick settled down, but it goes awry of the goal. Kenny Barrera is upset with himself. And he nearly paid his old team and old fans back with a beauty.
Kiffey's really been clipping some balls across the goal mouth there, so they're going to have to keep an eye on that.
Tierpak over the top. Ajekwa's run down to the box. And a foul and a penalty kick awarded to San Antonio FC here in the 63rd minute of play. So A.J. Ajekwa will earn the penalty for San Antonio FC. In some ways, it feels a little bit like retribution for what happened in Sacramento last season, with a penalty awarded in stoppage time in the second half. That allowed San Antonio FC, or rather Republic FC, to equalize the game. So Evan Newton will be challenged here on the penalty awarded for San Antonio FC. Rafa Castillo getting set here. Castillo to the ball. Castillo scores! 1-0 San Antonio FC.
Great penalty from Rafa.
Rafa Castillo in the 64th minute delivers the penalty, his third goal of the season.
Dan, we said it when AJ came on the field tonight. He's a menace and tough to play against, and there's a great example. Just made a fantastic run into the box and created that out of nothing.
That is 8 goals in 35 appearances for the 19-year veteran Rafa Castillo, who goes to the upper right corner of the net past Evan Newton and in. And it is 1-0 San Antonio FC. And with 25 minutes or so left in the match, changes the complexion of the game in a hurry.
This could really end up opening up the game now. Sac Republic's going to have to press and try to get that goal, and that's really where SAFC becomes dangerous on that counterattack. So it's going to be real interesting seeing the tactics in the next 20, 30 minutes here, Dan.
7th time in 8 games this year that San Antonio FC has opened the scoring in a game. Last year, they only did it twice in their first 8 games. That's a big reason why they are where they are in the table. Ajekwa set up that penalty. Really fell on the ball, was able to get back up. Nice touch from Tierpak. Ajekwa is fouled again. And this one on the edge of the box. These are some great minutes from AJ Ajekwa tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'll tell you what, this is how this kid trains like this every single day, so it's no surprise that he's out here doing the same thing when it counts. Just a great signing from Darren Powell and his staff, and the kid's hungry and wants to impact this team in this season, and he's just doing a great job. Great energy from him.
So from just at the edge of the 18, with already a goal in their pocket, San Antonio FC trying to add another.
Could be a tough angle to shoot from right here, and you see on the back post, Ibiaga is isolated. Might be a good time to try to clip it in there.
I think Evan Newton was pointing him out, making sure that's exactly where Republic defenders knew he was. Going for goal was Rafa, and he hit the side of the net. Might have fooled the goalkeeper.
Sure did. He struck that really well. Fooled me.
Take a look at it again for Rafa, and a lot of bend on that one. Moving up forward, it'll be a foul against Trevin Caesar as he draws contact going ahead. And now, there's a dangerous spot for Republic. Straight away with an opportunity to go for goal from about 25 yards out. Sacramento Republic last scored a goal in the 67th minute almost a month ago. San Antonio FC trying to direct their ball here. As Clemena looks like he's over the ball, getting ready to take this perhaps. We'll see him or Barrera as they're both lined up over the ball. Clemena gives it a go right into the welcoming arms of Diego Restrepo. That one did not have much bend on it, and it was pretty confidently played there by Restrepo.
Yeah, it's easy street for him there.
So it remains 1-0. San Antonio FC with the lead here in the 69th minute of play. USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent, rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com and following them on Twitter at USL. Rafa Castillo's penalty goal in the 64th minute is the lone marker tonight. San Antonio FC looking for their 5th consecutive win. Tierpak creates the turnover. caught from behind, and no foul. Kiffey strips him of the ball. Castillo. Serve it back to Greg Cochran. Ajekwa. And Ajekwa can't get a handle on it this time. Sammy Ochoa. Ahead Barrera. He's got Trevin Caesar up the right flank. Caesar. Back to Barrera. Switching ends. He'll play it to Kiffey. Kiffey will settle under this by the touchline. Kiffey blocked by Tierpak. And then Tierpak will just take Kiffey off the ball. And there's a great ball ahead for Ajekwa, but Julius James will get to it first. That was a well-run route by Julius James to get to that ball ahead of Ajekwa. Looked like it got turned inside out, perhaps.
Sure was, and good defending there from Tierpak.
Already see that back four starting to creep up a little bit for Republic, and that's exactly what San Antonio FC is hoping would happen and is hopeful where their counter can cash in for another goal here.
You can see what they're trying to do. It looks like from up here, Dan, they're trying to overload the middle portion of the field on the right. They've taken their left winger and pushed them inside a bit. So it looks like they're trying to create some numbers up and overload some situations.
Ochoa loses the ball. Kiffey gets it back. It was held by Pekka, got through him. Kiffey will send this one into the stands. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. Monday nights at 8 Central on SiriusXM FC Channel 85. Don't forget, SiriusXM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. In the 72nd minute of play with Matt Barnes, our entire crew, Dan Weiss, Toyota Field, 1-0. San Antonio FC with the lead. Nishaw through the middle and he lost the ball. And here's the counter. And Billy Forbes set to go to work. Works it along for Jake when the flag went up. Went up a little bit late, but was the right call. Quick counter with Clemena. He loses his footing and goes down, and then the ball is played awry by Greg Cochran out of play.
Dan, that's that overload I was talking about. You see they took Nishaw from up top and moved him into the midfield block, and they're squeezing him in inside quite a bit. So you just see how they created that overload on top of the 18 there with Nishaw pinching in there. So San Antonio's going to have to watch for those numbers in and around the box, especially on top of the box when they're pinching tight.
And here they go wide again, east-west, as this ball is delivered towards goal, blocked out of play, and another corner. The fifth of the match for Sacramento Republic FC. Barrera will take the corner, plays it short, cleared away from danger. And Billy Forbes off to the races, tugged from behind, and a foul will be called.
Well, I know the fans don't like to see that, but that's a smart foul right there. It's a professional foul. That's the only way you're going to stop Billy Forbes when he gets up ahead of steam and actually smart defending. And the yellow card's going to come out, and that's deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll give it to Jeremy Hull, who will get the second yellow card of the match. This one comes at the 74th minute. If you're going to compare it to basketball, that's that breakaway where the guy, essentially fouls you to prevent you from getting a shot, and it's clear path to the basket. This is almost like a clear path to goal.
That's right. Billy gets a step on you, and you're done. And I'd rather, in those situations, take a yellow card than a second goal. So, fair enough.
First yellow, first card of the season for the 28-year-old Jeremy Hall.
It's
joint.
smart from Hall. You know, he's got 125, 130 matches under his belt in the MLS. So, you know, that's an experienced center midfielder right there that, you know, probably made the right decision, even though it got him a yellow card.
He's one of 3 Republic players that have played in every minute. And another card has been handed out. And this one we're not as clear on, perhaps.
I think the linesman may have made that call, and I believe it went to Barrera, but I'm not sure.
We'll wait the official word. So 2 cards were just handed out. Hall was an easy find. The other one, not so much. Maybe it might have been the captain, Barrera. Republic in possession. Trevin Caesar splits to the inside around Ibiaga. A good challenge by Ibiaga, but they'll deem it a foul. I thought this was a pretty good tackle by Sebastian Ibiaga.
I agree with you. You're going to see in the replay here. Yeah, he gets to the ball. I thought it was a fair tackle. Ends up seeing the yellow card there.
Well, Dua Juricevic, our referee, has all of a sudden gotten card friendly here. 76th minute. He'll hand a card out to Sebastian Ibiaga, and that is his 4th yellow of the season, Matt. So he is 1 away from a 1-game suspension for card accumulation. And already with Cyprian Hedrick dealing with injury, you have a very short bench on the back end with only Ryan Rashandle, the natural center back, that's available in the event that Hedrick doesn't get back sooner before we see that 5th card handed out.
Yeah, that's right. And Ibiaga's started every single game of the season so far, and he's been the mainstay, and he's just been fantastic. He's going to have to really watch himself.
It's amazing. You and I up here say good tackle. Juricevic says yellow card. Barrera, not even close.
Yeah, unfortunate. It's just been one of those nights so far for him. He's just not hitting that ball real cleanly, and you know he can do it.
He's frustrated with himself. You could see he knew that one was on him. We're going to see the 21-year-old Zachary Haraval make his Toyota Field debut. He was brought on loan from the New England Revolution a couple of weeks ago while the team was on the road. And this is going to be his 3rd appearance of the season. And he will take out the veteran Rafa Castillo, who has San Antonio FC ahead here in the 78th minute. Rafa Castillo gets a loud standing ovation from the crowd here at Toyota Field tonight. And Zachary Haraval played 6 minutes in the win on Friday night in Portland and scored his first goal. San Antonio FC, that put the game away. Which was, by the way, on a beautiful ball delivered by Devin Vega. Ajekwa back to the inside, and look out. Ooh. That's our cameraman, Darren Abbott, who just got, I think, the ball in the face there.
Took it like a champ.
Oh, it got him in. I think it might have got him in the camera, right in the camera stick. Yeah, it might have been okay.
I'll tell you what, Haraval put in some good minutes. If you got to see any of the games in the northwest up there, I thought he put in some real good shifts for the team, and coming in late, he's done a good job so far.
Noonan on the corner, 4th of the night for San Antonio FC. Plays it deep, settled, and cleared away. Possession, Republic. So now 5 corners tonight for Republic, 4 for San Antonio FC. And of the 9, not really any of them have amounted to much for either side. Christian looking in Ochoa's direction. The ball never got there. Haraval. The decoy move, and he was trying to thread the needle for AJ. Kiffey again looking upfield. Ochoa gets under this one. Nisho, nice move around Michael Reed. Back to Sammy Ochoa. Ochoa sends it across over Clemena. Clemena will track on the ball, but it went over the touchline. Republic will make their second substitution into the match. Tyler Blackwood will come in for Wilson Nishaw here in the 81st minute. And if the name sounds familiar, Tyler Blackwood last season 8 goals for Arizona United SC, which in the offseason was purchased by new ownership and changed their colors and changed their name. They're now known as Phoenix Rising FC. Tyler Blackwood was the second leading scorer a year ago on that Arizona United squad. Pecco with a good play ahead. Reed looking for Billy Forbes, making the run up the flank. Lamena defended it well, though. And it's been rare, Matt, where we have not seen Billy Forbes be able to do very much in a game this season. But you got to give a lot of credit to Clementa tonight.
He's played fantastic, Clementa has, and another example of good solid defending. He stayed at home and kept an eye on Billy and done a really good job on him tonight.
But his team is down 1-0 here in the 82nd minute at Toyota Field. And it's a throw-in for San Antonio FC, looking for their 5th win in a row and their first ever win against Republic. Haraval. And he commits the foul. Haraval is on a homegrown contract with the New England Revolution because of as San Antonio FC creates a turnover in space, and in the area was Pekka, but not get the ball, although San Antonio FC keeps possession alive. For Forbes, knocks it out of play. Oh, heads up play there by San Antonio's attack up front.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't a really smart ball out of the back from Sac Republic there either. They ended up getting away with it, but probably wish they could have that one back.
Jeremy Hall for Kiffey. This is Blackwood making his first touch of the game. Hall, Barrera playing through the middle. Slip back for Trevin Caesar. Caesar, edge of the box, Clemena. Trying to slip it back to Caesar, and this is going to end up in a corner for Sacramento Republic. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. 6th corner of the match for Republic, and the 10th overall in the game tonight. But again, neither team has really done much with their set pieces from the corner flags this evening. This is a good ball there, top of the 6th. Cleared away. Republic has got 11 players on San Antonio FC side, and here's a slip right into Ochoa, off him and out of bounds. Or off Restrepo, rather.
Really good opportunity for Sac Republic there. Fantastic ball across the face of the goal.
Another chance for Ochoa, and
really like to see Ochoa use his other foot there. Tries to play it with his near foot, his right foot. If he comes through and uses his left there and keeps those hips on frame, it could be 1-1 there.
So Barrera again from the far stick. Top of the 6 and headed away by Jake. The ball goes high in the air and Restrepo parries this one away. Still in trouble. And Billy Forbes sends this one away from any trouble spots.
Yeah, good. You know, another good job from McCarthy getting down there and putting his head on that.
A lot of dirty work going on in those boxes right now.
Absolutely.
Republic in full desperation mode now here in the 85th minute. Ball awarded to San Antonio FC. Danny Barrera, who is serving as the captain tonight for All Buckle squad that still has not found the goal through 85 minutes tonight. And now approaching 475 minutes without a goal.
Well, Dan, they're creating opportunities. It's just not falling for them. They've had 2 fantastic chances and one in each half to put the ball in the back of the net tonight. So they're creating the opportunities, and you know, I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before this team hits their stride and starts banging them in. So I'm sure Coach Buckle will get this team going and scoring goals. They did the same thing last year, and it'll open up for them.
Billy Forbes, his night is done. Sean Chin will come in to finish out the final 5 minutes of play, and any stoppage time that'll be added on. It's one of the rare times this season that Billy has not factored in on the score sheet. The only goal of this match is by way of a penalty kick from Rafa Castillo. And it was a tough night for Billy, playing along with Emerick Clemena, as Sacramento will make their 3rd substitution of the evening.
And if you're Clemena right now, you're going, oh man, Billy Forbes is leaving, and here comes Chin, who's got almost as much pace. So he's got his hands full again out there on his right, our left.
That Sacramento substitution, Casares comes out, replaced by Harry Williams, 4th-year player who has 1 goal on the season. The supporters of Republic, they affectionately know their team as the Quails, and they affectionately know Harry Williams, who is from Cirencester, England, as the Prince of Quails. The USL is one of the most prominent 2nd division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information. This is a chance for Jekwa, stopped by Evan Newton. Go to uslsoccer.com. Follow them on Twitter at USL. Closing minutes of this one, 1-0 San Antonio FC with the lead. Barrera under the ball. Jeremy Hall. Clemena. Republic running out of time. Hall slipping his way past Haraval. Haraval is going to get called for another foul. Kiffey, defended by Tierpak. Good tackle by Tierpak. He wouldn't let James Kiffey open up on the outside. Kiffey, stripped by Haribo. Laid along for Jekwa. And here's Tierpak. That ball, though, was a little bit behind him. And another foul on Chris Christian. Boy, if that ball catches Tierpak in stride, look out.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you know, it's interesting to see, you keep talking about Sacramento playing East and West, and there's a good example. With 2 minutes left in regulation, they have an opportunity to put a ball in the box in a dangerous, you know, situation. They elect to play it all the way out to the sidelines, and makes it a little bit easier to defend there.
Christian will send this one out of play. San Antonio FC in no hurry. As we hit the 90th minute of the match. And it appears 4 minutes of stoppage time are coming up. Here's a corner opportunity for San Antonio FC. It's their 5th corner of the match. You don't need a goal here, so you don't want to do anything that'll send the counter the other way. Haribo's just going to keep it right by the touchline here, and Public ends up knocking it out of play, and another throw in this one again for San Antonio FC. Noonan will come over to get the ball here. So at least 4 minutes of stoppage time. We'll see our next game coming up next Saturday night, 7:30. San Antonio FC welcoming in Seattle Sounders 2 for the 2nd time in the last 2 weeks. Sean Chin. Ajekwa. And he loses it along the touchline. So 4 minutes of stoppage time have been added to the match. The San Antonio FC trying to put away Republic here for their 5th straight win. It's been a well-played match by Republic, but when you are hot, you get the breaks. And San Antonio FC, well, they've earned their break here in the 2nd half. Kiffey. As Noonan beat him to the ball and knocked it out of play. Ochoa. Kiffey again on the outside. Kiffey. Great play by Tierpak. And then Tierpak and Ochoa with a little bit of elbow for one another. Now Ochoa's already got 1 yellow here. And amazingly, that might have been our biggest confrontation of the night, and it appears that both players are going to get away unscathed.
Yeah, I don't know about unscathed, though, because it went from a throw-in to a free kick, right? So you got to be, I know these moments are tough, but you got to be smart in these situations, and you don't want to give up a free kick, you know, in injury time here. It went from a throw-in now to a foul being called. So San Antonio really needs to sharpen up and finish this half out.
Barrero will take it here as we're almost 2 minutes halfway through stoppage time. In-swing delivery to the top of the 6 and cleared away. Lofted along back to the top of the 18. Played into the box, headed out, settled. Tevin Caesar under it. And he plays it out of bounds. The USL, one of the most prominent 2nd division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com, following them on Twitter at USL. Well, will Republic get another chance? Or will San Antonio FC milk away the final 90 seconds of the match? James delivers it along McCarthy. Flattened. Some good sportsmanship there by Tevin Caesar. A free kick for San Antonio FC with about a minute remaining of stoppage time. There's a long ball that'll get by everyone. And it'll be a goal kick here for Evan Newton and Republic, and this is likely their last opportunity or their final push up the pitch. Played over the top. Ochoa beaten to the ball by Ibiaga. Ochoa will settle it back on the outside here with Kiffey. Playing it off Noonan and Ochoa. Sending it to the edge of the box. Blackwood. Got a handball.
The linesman on the near side has just stayed down in the corner with their flag up, so I'm not sure what happened. If they didn't play the ball out of the box,
They're actually, you're right. I think they're bringing this ball all the way back.
I think that's what she called.
Well, it was a very quick ball, if you saw, once it went out of play, right back to the goalkeeper, Evan Newton. It's amazing we played that much time without anybody noticing, though. All right. And now, look out. Kiffy dropped Pekka, and we've got a dust up here right at center midfield. Pekka is down on the field. Both coaches, Paul Buckle and Darren Powell, side by side, trying to instruct their players to move away. Boy, Republic is pretty upset with the assistant referee. And you can see 7 or 8 players are coming over to her and venting their frustration.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's one you got to let go at times. Late in a game like that, they're making a push. Everybody knows they're making a push. I think they got a real argument with the linesman. And look what it's kind of done to change the game.
A yellow card on Kiffy. We are now almost 6 minutes into stoppage time. And there's the push by Kiffy on Pekka, who gets the yellow card. It has gotten a little ugly here at the end. Here's San Antonio FC on the attack. Haribo slips it through Tierpak's offside. That is it. San Antonio FC has won 5 in a row, extending upon their record start, 7-0-1. Rafa Castillo with a penalty goal in the 64th minute tonight, and Republic still not done talking to the referee or the linesman. But for Darren Powell, Chris Tierpak, and the rest of San Antonio FC, that's a big 3 points in the standings at home in what really proved to be a heavyweight battle tonight between these two clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When I don't think you can argue that this wasn't San Antonio's best night on the pitch, but they're getting points on their off nights, and that's a sign of a very, very good team.
As I said, when you are hot, the breaks come your way. They are coming San Antonio FC's way now, and when you are struggling like Republic is, you are not getting the breaks. They had 2 great chances in tight tonight with Ochoa. They couldn't finish on either of them. There's the difference in your 3 points awarded this evening.
That's right. The penalty kick, they're probably going to have some arguments over that call as well. But that's the way the game goes. So, congratulations to Darren Powell and Andy Thompson, Nick Evans, Tim Holt. Fantastic run here, and hopefully you guys can keep this thing rolling.
Well, my partner is headed off to Midland. He's going to coach his own semi-pro team here, so best of luck to you here in the summer. Hopefully we'll see you at the end of the season. San Antonio FC's next match is next Saturday night. San Antonio FC will face the Seattle Sounders 2. Watch the 7:30 p.m. kickoff live right here on SanAntonioFC.com. For Matt Barnes, our entire crew, I'm Dan Weiss. Our final from Toyota Field, San Antonio FC 1, Sacramento Republic FC nothing. The following has been a presentation of the United Latin Soccer League and Spurs Sports and Entertainment. So long, everybody.
You were not meant to stay still. You were born to roam, to live, to dance. We will not let life deprive anyone of living. The orthopedic surgeons at Methodist Healthcare don't just rehabilitate the body, they repair the spirit. For 50 years, we've delivered a level of care that's made Methodist your preferred choice for joint pain. Methodist Healthcare.
I'm not the type to say any of this mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly
Awesome. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I get down, you always have my back.
It's really hard to describe. It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, yes, things.
Are actually friendship.
They start so small, but bring big life changes. They are now your entire world. And that's why buying a home, protecting your assets, and setting up your family's future requires the right planning and expertise. Your cargo is precious, and your journey is just beginning. It's your story, and we can help. SWBC.